It's an all-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Pistons come into town for this one. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Curry. Here for Detroit, Sean Williams checks in for Andre Drummond. And it's the Wizard in for Brandon Jennings. And Detroit looking at who they've got. The Wizard in at point guard. Monroe is out there with Sean Williams. And there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Meeks in at the shooting guard position. Hill kicks to Stuckey. West setting the pick for Stuckey. Shot clock at 5. And no good. His first shot of the night, missing.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And now a look at George Hill. Some of the numbers for him. Showing up amongst the best. They love what they've seen from him the last couple of weeks. He's putting up 13 points a game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And those are tremendous assist totals. You don't even need the numbers, really, to see just how confident he is with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, that's really accurate, Steve. I mean, he is loving playing the quarterback for them.
Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Hill. Here's the Wizard. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
Well, last season the fans in Indiana finally came back in bunches to support their hometown Pacers, in the top 10 in attendance, up from 25th in 2013.
Hibbert hits the bucket. Hibbert's got his first basket of the night.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Feeds to Meeks. There's the screen from the baseline. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Pacers leading by 3. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And a lot of times his first quarter seems to dictate how big of a role he plays later on, and he's off to the good start.
Hibbert with the screen. Hill passes to Hibbert. The kick out to Hill. Back to Hibbert. Shot from 12. Can't get it to go. And Detroit the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line, partner.
Not to mention some ham and turkey cooked.
The 10-footer. Hill, no good. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's the Wizard, covered by Hibbert. The Wizard, no good. That would have tied it. David West, kind of an old-school mold for big men guys. He's tough. Clark, you saw this, incredibly physical. Steve with a great IQ for the game.
Yeah, kind of like the Davis brothers of those 90 Pacers teams. Dale and Antonio, just physically dominant. He would fit right in with those guys.
Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Stuckey. Pass to Meeks. Here's the Wizard. He's guarded by Hill. Gets it to fall in the bucket from the Wizard. It's a tie ball game.
And West, like the rest of the Pacers, is committed to the defensive end of the floor. As a matter of fact, he's much like a linebacker in football, calling signals, communicating the guys out in front of him, making sure guys are in the right spot. He guards his position and has really brought an element of toughness and professionalism to the Pacers that's rubbed off on the entire team.
And there's the basket. Good from the Wizard.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Hill kicks to Hibbert. Good! Hibbert's got his second basket of the night.
That was the 3rd straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, These defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Stuckey outside. And no good trying to get that one.
Coming up this fall.
Either team able to build much of a lead up. The new group in now for Indiana. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. West comes in for Solomon Hill. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Donald Sloan. And George Hill's subbed in for C.J. Watson. On the floor for Detroit, the Wizard, he's in at point guard. Sean Williams is out there with Tayshaun Prince. Then it's Jody Meeks. And it's Monroe in at the 5 down low. There's the dish to Prince. Passes it to the Wizard. It's rebounded by Indiana. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
West against Prince. Pass to the Wizard. 18 feet out. The offensive rebound. He dishes it to Meeks. To the left wing. Here's the Wizard. The putback is no good. And we've reached halftime in this one. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. One of the stories.
Let's go. You're up. My time.
Comes in for West. Donald Sloan's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And it's Watson in for Hill. Detroit also making some changes. Caron Butler is checked in for Prince. Caldwell Pope comes in for Meeks. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. We've got Donald Sloan. Hill is out there with Scope. Then it's Watson. And it's Mahinmi in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. For the past 10 games, these teams have been fantastic on rebounding. The Pacers in 5th.
Yeah, what a show of strength and rebounding we've seen recently. These guys playing extremely physically.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Andre Drummond fell to the 9th pick in 2013 on concerns about his passion for the game. 2 years later, he certainly answered those questions and then some. He said, what's there not to love? You're playing the game that you love, night in and night out. It's a passion game. Kevin, no one questioning his motor now.
The best offensive rebounder in the league, Doris. Thank you. Indiana leading by 15. Here's Watson. Mahinmi dishes to Scola. Watson with it. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
The shot's good from the Wizard. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Watson, the pass to Scola. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan. With a D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Here's the Wizard. He's covered by Watson. Here's the Wizard. 10 points for him. 6 to shoot. This is his first chance at the line tonight. First free throw is good. Both free throws good from the Wizard.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Outside Hill. 13 feet away. Watson's shot is off. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
This was an exceptional pass, guys, and we see the result. It hits him in stride, and bam, the slam dunk.
He's checked in for West. Watson comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And Donald Sloan subbed in for George Hill. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Sean Williams checks in for Monroe. Butler comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's the Wizard in for Brandon Jennings. And Detroit looking at who they've got. The Wizard, he's in at the point. Williams is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Caron Butler, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 2 spot. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
He hits the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. And he is unable to get the second one.
A slight hiccup at the line, but he did what he needed to finish this game off.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Seven seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Puts it up from 15. And again it will drop. Another make there from the Wizard. So it's Indiana picking up the win. They came.
David, this was a game not for the faint of...
Come on. Who died? You look a little nervous.
Well, I heard it's never a good thing to be called into the GM's office, especially the day your 10-day contract is up. So if you're going to release me, I would just appreciate it if you did it quickly.
I'm going to be brutally honest, kid. You haven't done enough to secure a regular roster spot.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, wait. You have done enough to secure another 10-day contract, though.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I'm going to give you another shot to prove you belong in this league permanently, huh?
Hey, you won't regret it either. I'm going to make it awfully hard for you to let me go.
I hope so. Look, a contract's on my secretary's desk. You go sign that on your way out. Get out of here.
All right, thank you.
All right. Where's my lunch?